Computer love. Computer love. Anyway, good morning to folks out there. I just wanted to do a live stream real quick. This is something that I said I would do last night. I know you feeling my shades. It was suggested that I wear these beautiful shades. I won't be on here long to respect people's time. I may go about 15 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, so it's about 15 minutes. For anybody that's online, thank you for that one person that came in. This all started with a conversation that I basically had one night with my mother on the phone. And, you know, I'm talking to my mother. You know how mothers do. They just ask random questions. But my mother just hit me out of the blue and says, you know, Melvin, would you ever consider, you know, marrying somebody? Or she said the question was, would you ever marry somebody that you met online? And I told her, I don't know, you know, because I've dated people, you know, that I met online before. I mean, they used to call me like some kind of, you know, fake internet pimp or something like that. Not that I was pimping or anything like that. Hey, April, I see you. Yes, and I did. Oh, wow, so you did marry somebody that you met online. Okay, I didn't know. Congratulations. I wish I would have known, but you know, congratulations to you, April, and your husband, you know, because I seen the profile, something like that, you know. But my mother asked me, you know, out of the blue, would I marry somebody that it lasted 7 years? Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. So you got a divorce, I take it. Wow. I didn't expect that. But my mother asked me the question out of the blue, and it was one of those random things, you know. Granny Monster, this title. Yeah, Granny. Like I said, I just want to know. I asked any of you out there, would you? Yeah, I think I try. This was actually suggested by my mother. But anyway, Granny, I was talking about whether or not you would marry somebody online, you know, and I asked people out there. April says yes, she would. I asked you, Granny, would you marry somebody you met online? So my mother asked me the question, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, like, why is she asking me this question out of the blue? Maybe she saw something, or maybe she saw one of my old online profiles or something like that. You know, I had to stay off a couple of sites because I had women stalking me. You believe it or not, I know no women checking for me right now. But anyway, she asked me this question. I think I was sitting in the same spot. I'm just calling her to make sure she, you know, gonna get home safe. And she says, Melvin, would you marry somebody that you met online? Hey, Eagle, I see you. Eagle, we need to do a live stream, man. I gotta set something up in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday or something. I think you said 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. or something like that. Let me know. I'm serious. I want to do a live stream with you. But basically, my mother asked me, you know, would I marry somebody that I met online? And it was kind of funny because it got me. And then I said, I don't know. I really don't know if I would marry somebody that I met online. I've dated people that I met online. You know, because the reality of it all is that, you know, people are not who they say they are, you know, that when you meet them in person, you know, we give each other these facades, this fakeness and stuff like that. Next Tuesday, if you are available. The only problem is that I have a case next Tuesday. I have some cases, some mediation cases. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't be able to do it. Other than that, I would have definitely done it. And I have a radio show to do next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, next Tuesday and Wednesday, and the week after that won't be good. Granny Monster says, I think the world is so crazy that I've seen, no kidding, 2 people living in 2 different parts of the world getting married in a chat room. I thought it was, is this legal? Yeah. What's next? Sunshine says, no, what a question. Who else said something? Yeah. Well, it is a question. It is a question of whether or not, you know, you would marry somebody that you met online. I mean, younger generations say yes, older generations say no. You know, my real answer to that question that my mother asked me, would I marry somebody that I met online? It depends. Granny Monster says, howdy, Eagle. And Sunshine. Howdy to both of you from Granny Monster. There's always a privilege to have Granny Monster in here. Check out her channel. Check out Eagle VP and What's Next Sunshine. Granny Monster is a star, you know, among stars on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, at least amongst the smaller YouTubers. And I'm always grateful to Granny Monster for all the support that you give, for all the love that you show. Even when you can't make my live streams, you always let it be known that, if you were up at the time, that you would attend and check me out, as I will you know what I'm saying, on your next live stream. And Eagle VP, he's great with the interviews and stuff like that. Would marry Granny Monster if I was single and she would have me? That would be interesting. I would want to invite to that wedding. You know, that would. I wonder if that wedding would be live streamed. You know, imagine that. Yeah, Pet Monster, you know, officiating the wedding. You know, and Monster Chick, you know, was the maid of honor, or something like that. That would be interesting. You know, but on serious matters, yeah. As far as marrying somebody online, live stream. Yep, that's what Eagle says. As far as marrying somebody that I met online, like I said, it all depends. You know, I don't rule it out, but I don't look for it, because I rather the physical connection, get to see the look on your face, know that you're the person in that profile picture. Because I'll tell you a quick story one time. This is a funny story. I'm online, that's back when we were doing the Yahoo chat, right? And all of a sudden, somebody hits me, you know, and says, okay, you know, send me money. I'm trapped. I need help. And I'm looking. It's a nice, beautiful picture of the person there. I forget if the person was white or black or fair skin or whatever. And I'm like, so what's up? What are you talking about? You need help? It's like, oh, I'm trapped in the airport. I have no computer. I have no way out. I need money. Send me money. You know, I need help. And then I asked the question. I said, if you're trapped at the airport, how do you have a computer? You said there's no computer. What do you mean you need money? So what I found out through research is that, you know, you have Africans or, you know, different people that go to these internet cafes and try to, you know, get people into sending them money and stuff like that and dupe them and whatever. And if you're gullible, you go for stuff like that. And the point of that being is that you don't really know who people are online, and it takes a lot to get to know a person. You know, a profile pic and you know, a couple of words, you know, on the side doesn't tell you who a person is. It takes a lot of conversation. It takes a lot of concern, a lot of time spent and energy, you know, put in. Yeah, catfish. That's what it is. Granny Monster, catfish online. Yup, happens, and I can't get with anyone. There's a Nigerian king that wants to marry me. Yeah, see, on the flip side, when there's a man may be straight up with a woman about them being a man. But you know, you have other men that are trying to dupe other men into sending them money with a female's profile picture up there, and it happens. It happens. I mean, you know, folks try to get me a couple of times, and you know, like I said, if you're not the wiser, you could get it. Hey, Free Music, Crimson Fantasy was going to marry the person outside of his window until he realized she was looking in the mirror. That's funny. That's funny. I wonder what Crimson Fantasy would have to say about that. But yeah, man. I mean, you got to be careful out there. You know. Yeah. Granny Monster's laughing at Free. Crimson Fantasy sup. Free Music was just talking about you. You know, he's, you know, but you'll see the comment. Granny Monster says, ask him, he's here. Yeah, Free, ask him. That's funny. We were just talking about whether or not, you know, would you marry somebody that you met online? Eagle VP says, hi, Crimson and Free Music. I see we have a lively live stream today. I appreciate all you folks for coming in and just joining in the conversation. And I'm just asking the question to anybody on the live stream. Would you marry somebody that you actually met online? You know, is it something that you feel like, you know, would spark your interest? You know, let's say you've seen a beautiful picture and they're saying all the right words. They're all the freaky freak that you could find. You know what I'm saying? They're smart and, you know, they're funny and everything and all that other stuff. And you get to hear their sexy voice. Like, would you marry them? You know, if you've been talking to him for a while, or you caught up, you drunk the Kool-Aid as some people say in the hood, or you know, you got the flavor and you want to know what's going on. I mean, me personally, like I said, it depends, because it's really an intensive thing. You have to learn how to read the signs, the cues, all that stuff. What's up next says Sunshine says, hi Granny, Crimson, Free Music, and Eagle VP. Crimson Fantasy says, the Free thinks I'm full of myself, love myself, we'll hook up and have lots in common. Wow, that's interesting. Victory Leo says hi. Hey, what's going on, Victory Leo? Appreciate you. You know, I know you be on my live streams a lot, so I thank you for coming back again. And I ask you too, Victory Leo, would you marry somebody that you met online? You know, let's say the person is looking right and sounding sweet and giving you messages and sending you the pics. I mean, I've actually had situations like that, some situations that I probably can't talk about, you know, to protect the innocent. But yeah, you meet a lot of people out there. What's next, Sunshine? The thing is, when you're younger, you don't know how much full of ish people are. So the younger people would, because they are naive. So what's next Sunshine is saying that the younger people basically would be more willing to marry somebody online because, they don't realize how full of ish people are, and, basically they're naive. Victory Leo said, that's a good question. That's a good question. Tough one. Granny Monster says, I don't think I'll ever marry again. I mean, why? I don't want anyone else's credit score, and damn, well, whoa, let me see the comment disappear. And they damn sure don't want mine. LOL, online or otherwise. Granny Monster says the credit score. Actually, Granny Monster brings up a great point. When you do marry somebody, whether online or off, you have to take on their debt. You have to take on all the responsibility that comes with being attached to another person. So marriage in of itself, be it you gay, straight, or otherwise, is whoo. You got to be ready for that one, man. Like I said, people are crazy. Like I said, woo. Crimson Fantasy says sometimes people find love online because they are into things or they are really busy. That's interesting. I mean, maybe you could elaborate. Eagle VP says, no, I don't think I would marry again. Too much like hard work. Yes. Crimson Fantasy says, true, Granny. Well, it's all a personal preference. And I think to go with Eagle VP's point, it is work, man. It is work. I've never been married before. I mean, I've had offers for women to marry me. Eagle VP says, prefer prison. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it depends. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Married with Children, Al Bundy. You could have a situation like that, love and marriage. Anyway, the whole thing with that is it's really all a personal preference, I believe. I mean, and it depends on how invested you are in a relationship. It's like last night when I was talking about on my live stream about relationships, it's give and take. Crimson Fantasy says Married with Children is an awesome show. Yes, it is. And I implore anybody, Free Music says I love that show. And I implore anybody to go check it out again if you want to see what a bad marriage looks like. But for the most part, it really depends on what you're willing to get into. It depends on how much responsibility that you want to take on and what you want to get your feet wet with. I mean, some people just like, being in a committed, relationship, and that's that. What's next, Sunshine? You're all saying valid stuff. People can be great too, but it's way easier to hide your real self online. People can be beautiful. What's the next comment that Real Sunshine said? Maybe it is impossible to find the right person, but what would you be if you're a streak of luck? Yeah, true. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to find that person that's that right individual and whatnot. Because online, like What's Next Sunshine was saying, people can hide themselves, and people are very great at it. You'd be surprised how good people are at hiding themselves and actually, deceiving you and whatnot. But then it all depends on what you're looking for. Victory Leo says, I've seen a lot of bad marriages on both sides of my family and might not get married. Maybe stay boyfriend and girlfriend, at least if it goes. Let me see the rest of that comment. At least if it goes down the hill, at least I won't have to be tied down with a divorce. True. I say to somebody, if you're dealing with somebody, courtship is an option too. Get to know the person. I talked about that last night in my other subsequent live stream about relationships. Get to know the person. Find out where people are coming from, before you start making those extra commitments. Because I've been in situations where, it got real crazy. But one of the things I didn't do was sign on that dotted line. Then I'll be like Usher, talking about, can I get them papers? Anyway. Divorce is not a great option for those folks that have been through that. It is tough. It is rough. It's probably one of the roughest things that you may ever face. Crimson Fantasy says it's true. I was in an engagement for 4 years. She pressed the ejection button. Yeah, man. I mean, it's rough out there. You know what I'm saying, with different things that's going on, and it could be emotionally draining. It could be financially and mentally, physically draining. So look before you leap. And especially online, I tell folks, get to know folks, find out as much information as possible that you can about a person, and be careful not to give out too much information. Try to meet people in a neutral setting and a neutral grounds, or whatever the case. So to answer the question, for me, it really depends. Granny Monster says exactly. In real life, people take time to get to know each other, and it seems like cyber romance is too fast and often too harsh. Yes, especially in this age of social media, with all the different things that are going on and happening and whatnot. you have to really, really, really be careful. You have to really be careful because, you know, people in general can be disingenuous with each other. I mean, you got coworkers that'll be disingenuous with you and whatnot. So you have to ask yourself, what are you really willing to get into? What type of risk are you willing to take on? And that bell signals that it's almost time for me to get out of here from this live stream. It's been real, folks. I appreciate you folks for watching. I appreciate those folks that are going to watch on the upload or rebroadcast. I appreciate Granny Monster, Eagle VP, What's Next Sunshine, Victory Leo, Crimson Fantasy. Yeah, bye all. And, you know, like I said, again, next time I think I'll be talking about politics or something like that. My brother was on a live stream and he wants me to talk about the state of politics. So the next time, more than likely, I'll be getting into that. Crimson Fantasy says, bye, guys. This was fun. Yes, it was fun. And, hey, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way.